Hello, yogis. Thank you for coming. Welcome. And I want to say hello to Sue, who's not here today, but she'll be in this class watching tomorrow. Louisa, you reminded me of one of my favorite probably meditation monk, Thich Nhat Hanh, today in your email. So we're going to do a breathing meditation to start, which I learned from Thich Nhat Hanh. He is a famous Buddhist monk and a meditation expert, among other things, humanitarian, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So either lie on your back or sit up nice and tall so that you have an unobstructed airway. Close your eyes, focus on your breath. Focus on your body. If you are seated, make sure you have a slight forward pelvic tilt so your lower back is in a neutral arch. Make sure your head's right on top of the shoulders and your shoulders are down away from the ears. Start making your breath fuller and deeper. Feel the breath go all the way down to the belly. Breathing in, I am aware of my breath. Breathing out, I release tension. Breathing in, I breathe balance. Breathing out, I breathe out instability. Breathing in, I am calm. Breathing out goes agitation. Breathing in, I am grateful. Breathe out, selfishness. Breathe in, joy. Breathe out, sorrow. Breathe in, contentment. Breathe out, expectations. Breathing in, I am in the moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Please take one more deep, full, long breath. Bring your breathing back to normal. And then please, let's take a deep breath together and Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki, the divine is the inner teacher. All right, so we'll be using a strap today if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can do without it. And blocks also. Have your blocks handy if you have blocks. We'll be using those. And we're going to start in Dandasana, staff pose. So sit with your legs out in front, elevate your hips if you can't get your pelvis tilted forward in a neutral spine, and have your belt within, your strap within reach, or whether innovative, lengthy thing that you might have to use in place of the strap. Okay, make sure your feet are up, knees are up. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and keep your chest nice and open here. Good. Couple of breaths, thinking about your head right on top of the shoulders. This in itself is not an easy pose to hold this very long. Keep your feet up and your knees up and your legs active. Feel the muscles in your legs. Feel your posture. Your spine is in an L shape to your legs. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring your left hand on the outside of the right leg and put your right hand behind you and have that as a prop for your spine to just be vertical as you twist. Okay, keep this twist just where you are. And now bend your right knee and see if your left arm can grab your right knee into your chest as you continue to hold this twist. So now you'll feel it coming into your piriformis area, your glutes. One more breath here. Exhale, slowly come forward. Bring your knee out to the side with the sole of your foot inside your leg. And here's where you might want to use your strap around your left foot. Loop it around there. If your knee bothers you hanging out in air or if it can't reach the mat, feel free to put it on a block. Reestablish your nice long spine. Turn your chest facing over your left leg and then come forward from your hip with a long back. And if you're using a strap, this will help you lever coming down without rounding your back, without rounding your shoulders. So think long, long, long spine. I was telling somebody today my Jimmy Hatcher story about growing 1/4 of an inch after starting yoga at age 60. Well, regaining the 1/4 of the inch that he lost at age 60. And somebody said, does yoga make you not lose your height? And I said, absolutely, because you're always thinking about lengthening your spine. And that's what you want to do right now is lengthen the spine. Don't worry about how far down your chest can come. Keep your head in line with the spine. And if you don't have a strap, just put your hands on your ankle or the mat, or if you can grab your foot, go ahead and do that without sacrificing the pose and just relax here. This is just a warm up, so don't overdo anything. Well, don't overdo anything anytime anyway, but especially in a warm up. Okay, slowly release, remove the strap, come on up. Bring your legs back long onto the mat. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down again. Nice long spine. Put weight into your right hand. Bring the left arm beside the ear and let's crescent over. Keep the toes up, keep the knees up, keep the legs, muscles active. Make sure you're not leaning forward as you do this crescent. Push down into the left sit bone. Maybe even look up. Okay, inhale, up, exhale, let that hand float down. Grab your strap again. This time, loop it around both feet. And again, if you don't have a strap handy, you can do without it. Take your pelvis forward so that you got your neutral lower arch. Don't buckle, don't allow your lower back to buckle, because that's how we're going to stay our height and not lose any height as we age. Come forward from the hips, chest toward your legs. You can have a micro bend in your knees, or you can bend your knees a lot here, as long as you feel this stretch. And if you have hyperextended joints, don't do that to your knees. Don't let your knees hyper extend the opposite direction here. So if you do have joints that do that, you want to have a micro bend in the knee. And again, think about long spine, tip of your head to your tailbone. Relax here. This is called Paschimottanasana. Translates into Western facing pose. And release. Come back up. Keep the strap handy. Reset your spine. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Chest open. Pelvis tilted forward. Head right on top of the shoulders. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. This time the right hand's going to rest on the left leg and the left hand behind you as you twist. So your spine is vertical. Think about pushing that left shoulder back. Breathe deeply. Keep your feet flexed so that your legs stay engaged. Okay, keep the twist. Bend the left knee and see if you can bring your right arm around that left knee and keep on twisting, using that right arm as leverage. Once again, your spine is vertical. And notice how when you bent your knee, maybe you felt the muscles in your glute area stretch out a little bit. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Return to center. Let this knee fall out to the side, propping it if you'd like. Grab your strap. Bring it around your opposite foot and the right foot. And reset your spine before you go forward. So turn your chest slightly over the right leg. You're coming from your hips, not from your waist, from your hips. Keep your chest nice and open and use the strap as leverage to bring your chest down toward the leg. Again, it's not how far down you go. It's keep the spine long as you come down. If you don't have a strap, you can hold your ankle, calf, whatever you can reach. Just think about a long, long back as you come forward. All right, one more breath. And then slowly release. Come on back up. Extend both legs. Once again, let's put the strap around both feet. Make sure your spine is long. Grab your straps and then come forward once again into your forward fold. Keep the shoulders down. Micro bend in the knees. And just allow the stretch to happen. If you relax here, just exhale, allow the stretch to happen. One more breath. And then release. Move the strap aside. Bring your hands behind you, lean back onto your hands. Your fingers will be pointing towards your feet here. So I'm giving you an option here. You can either bend your knees or keep your legs straight and come either into a reverse table or a reverse plank. So if you're going to come into a reverse plank, your legs are going to be straight. If you're coming into a reverse table, you're going to bend your knees and come up into your reverse table, whichever you prefer. Slowly come on down, back upright, and then come onto your hands and knees into table position. Okay, flat back, inhale. Exhale, sit back toward your heels. Slowly inhale as you come back to table. Make your breath slow and make it last here. Exhale, slowly come into your cat, tucking your tail, chin and toes. Big, long exhale. Really pull your belly to the spine. And then inhale, long, slow, make the breath last as you untuck everything, drop your belly down into your cow pose. So your chest is coming forward. Tailbone up, belly down, and then exhale back all the way to your heels again and toward child's pose. Inhale slowly back to table. Take a breath with a flat back, and then as you exhale, right arm goes out to the side and twists up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, exhale as you push into your hands, come up onto your knees, bring your arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Reach up with your fingertips. Your shoulders are going to rise up, but your neck is going to stay nice and loose here. Inhale as you open your arms in a T, and then take your hands behind you to support your lower back. And then push into your hands as you lean backwards into a back bend. So your elbows are going to try to come toward each other behind you. This is a version of Ustrasana, camel pose. Nice big chest opener and back bend. Come back upright. Release your back, bring your arms back overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, right hand onto your hip, left arm by the ear, and we're going to crescent. Good, inhale back up, arms in the T. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your left hand down to somewhere near where your right hand just was and continue to twist. One more breath. Exhale, bring the hand down next to, well, in line with your left hand. So now you're in a lateral table pose. And now sit back towards your heels into a lateral child pose. So in this child pose, get your bottom as close to your heels as you can. Feel the stretch in the spine, and then your left ribs are opening up slightly. Okay, walk your hands back to center into a child pose. Inhale as you push up the table. Good. And now bring your right foot up between your hands. Okay. From here, we're going to tuck our back toes, our left toes, lift our left knee as we slowly bring our arms in front of us into a high lunge. So be careful, find your balance here. because this is a balancing movement. Good. One more breath. And then bring your hands down to mat or blocks and step back to a plank. Full plank here. We'll just hold it for a couple of breaths. Make sure your shoulders are over the wrists so that you're stacking your weight. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Keep your left leg extended. Lift your left leg up behind you, parallel to the mat. And then your right arm is going to come forward into the balancing table. One more breath here. And then the hand comes down. Bring the knee back in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, sit back towards your heels. Inhale, flat back to table. Exhale into cat back very slowly through your nose. Make the breath last. Tuck the belly up, arch the back to the ceiling. Inhale slowly through your nose as you come into your cow pose, untucking everything, shooting your shoulders back, head forward, tail up. Exhale all the way back to child pose. Inhale slowly back to table. Exhale, left arm twist out to the side and up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, that hand comes down. Inhale. Exhale, push into both hands, come up onto your knees. Urdhva Hastasana. Reach up with your fingertips. Really stretch the arms, shoulders. Inhale, bring your arms in a T. Plant your hands in your lower back and come into our Ustrasana, camel pose. Push your elbows toward each other behind you. Chest up, breathe. So you want your thighs to be parallel to the mat, perpendicular to the mat, excuse me. Okay, come back upright. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand on the hip. Inhale, exhale, right arm, crescents left. Make sure that shoulder stays back. Maybe look up. When you look up, it helps that shoulder stay upright. Okay, up back. Both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down to your left table leg. Continue to twist. Inhale. Exhale, keep the twist, bring your hand down so it's even with your right hand, so you're in a lateral table, and then sit back towards your heels into a lateral child pose. Okay, walk your hands back to center. Push back to table. Bring your left foot up between the hands. You can use your hands on blocks here if you like. And then we're going to tuck our right toes under, lift our right knee, and slowly come into our lunge on this side. The lunges are really, really good for your balance and your core strength. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Hands come down. Step back to plank. Plank is also good for core strength. Okay, this time, left knee comes down. Keep your right leg up, back and up, parallel to the mat. Left arm comes forward into balancing table. One more breath. And then good, hand comes down, knee comes in, come onto your bellies. Bring your hands wide, even out on the outside of your mat, because you want your hands wide. You can come on your fingertips if you like, or just come onto your hands. So your hands are sort of right in line with your shoulders here. Push into the mat with your thighs and your pelvis so that you're rolling your thighs inward slightly. Now, you can, if you want to separate your legs wider, that helps take some of the pressure off your back. If that works for you, you can go ahead and do that. And then push into your hands and come into this very wide cobra. So your pelvis stays down. You don't have to come up very high for this. Make sure your neck is long here. Think about long, long neck. Good. Okay, now we're going to become a drunken cobra. We're going to rotate our shoulders forward and back like a drunken snake here, both directions, drunken cobra. And then when you've had enough to drink, come on down. And now bring your hands right underneath your shoulders and tuck your elbows by your sides. It's important to keep your elbows tucked by your sides here. Hands right underneath the shoulders, and we're going to push into a regular cobra. Keep the elbows in, don't let them flail out. And you're just going to push into your hands. You don't have to come very high. Pelvis stays down. Arms will likely stay bent. Keep your shoulders back. Think about pushing your shoulders back onto your back. And then all the way down. Push back to table. And now we're going to come into puppy pose. Puppy is half of a downward dog. That's why we call it puppy. It's the top half of the downward dog. So keep your bottom up in the air like it is. Walk your hands forward as far as they'll go. You might have to move your body back onto the mat so your hands can stay on the sticky mat. And what you're going to do is spread your fingers like you're doing a downward dog. This is called the eye of your elbow right here. This, you want to try to rotate forward so the shoulder rolls out. Good, 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 good. And now sink your chest down, keep your bottom in the air, sink your chest down toward the mat, and your head doesn't have to go all the way down here. Just let it hang between your arms. And this is how the top half of your downward dog should sort of feel like. Okay, slowly push back the table. And now we'll tuck our toes and just remember that feeling that you just did by rotating your eye, the elbow forward. You're going to come into your downward facing dog, roll the shoulders out. Same kind of upper movement that you just did, except now your butt, your knees are off the mat and your bottom is way up in the air. Good. Spread the fingers wide, really good. And then bend the knees, walk up to your hands. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Active rest. Shoulders down, chest open, thighs rolled in slightly, head right on top of the shoulders. Breathe. So I was doing a calculation today, and I've estimated that I have done over 11,000 downward dogs in my life. That's over 30 plus years of yoga, doing a downward dog almost every day, almost. But I have to tell you, it took years to get to where I just can't wait to do one every day. It takes years to really get a good downward dog. All righty. All right, we're going to balance. And I'm going to give you a choice today. Yeah. All right, pick whatever leg you're going to stand on, and I'll show you what your choices are. You can either just hold your knee up to your chest like this, or you can extend the leg and hold your leg, or you can let go of your leg and extend your leg, or the last choice is to bring your toe, and you can use your opposite hand for balance. Anything you want. There's something for everybody. Good. Oh, good yogis, good Zoom yogis. Okay, when you're finished, bring the foot in, shake it out, and move to the other side. Find your focal point, take your time here. Either here, 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 or here. I do find the more you hold your abdominal muscles in, the easier it is to balance. Also, if you put a slight bend in the standing leg, for me at least, it's easier to balance. And whenever you've had enough, just shake all that out. And have your blocks handy at the front of your mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come into chair pose. Utkatasana. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay, hands come all the way down on blocks here. If you're using blocks, step back with your right foot. And then bring the right knee down, patting it as you would like. Bring your arms forward and all the way up, Anjali Asana, low crescent lunge. So if you don't feel enough of a stretch in your right quads, you can move that knee back some. We're going to grab opposite elbows with the left hand on top of the right. And then push the elbows behind you. Now, don't overarch your low back here. Think about pushing your tailbone towards your back foot. So there is an arch there, but not overly. Chest is open, shoulders are open. Okay. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring your palms together into your heart and hook your right elbow to the outside of the leg. Okay, keep the twist, and you're going to tuck your right toes and lift your right knee into this twist. Yep, I know. Now, find your balance. Yeah. Find your balance, and then we're going to come forward. How do you know we're going to do that? Okay, so now this is where your blocks are going to come in handy. You're going to shift your weight onto the front foot and come into a warrior 3 first. And you can even use your blocks for warrior 3 and have them high, put them on high, because then we're going to bring our hands down to the blocks and come into a standing split, which means our nose is going to come toward our knee. This is different than a warrior 3. Your leg kicks up as high as you can. Your nose comes toward your knee. The crown of your head faces down toward the floor. If you want to play with your balance here, you can do that by grabbing your ankle. Or not. We're just trying to, or not. Now, from here, all we're going to do is bring our right foot down right next to our left foot. So now we're in a forward fold. Pause here for a breath or two. And then slowly come on up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Rest for a couple of breaths. Okay, inhale, reach up. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So here, again, look down, make sure you can see the tips of your toes. Your tailbone is down. If you can see the tops of your toes, that helps distribute your weight equally. One more breath here. Hands come down. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back. Left knee comes down, patting it as needed, and bring your arms forward and up into Anjaneyasana. So once again, if you're not getting enough stretch in your left quads, move that knee back. Good. And grab opposite elbows, right arm on top of left this time, and move those elbows back behind your head. Think about your tailbone going towards your back heel. Good. Yeah. Open arms in a T, inhale. Exhale, twist right. Hands come to heart center, and your left elbow hooks on the outside of the right leg. Okay, find your focal point. Really engage your core muscles. Lift the knee, keep the twist. Lift the left knee and keep the twist. And then when you're ready, just take your time, come forward into your high lunge. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Good. Okay, we're gonna go into warrior three now. So find your focal point, shift your weight, scooch the back foot up, and come into warrior three. And then have your blocks handy, because then you're gonna bring your hands down to your blocks into your standing split, which just shifts your weight, your nose toward your knee, crown of your head down, leg is a little higher up in the air. And then bring your left foot right down next to the right foot into your forward fold. And then very slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana, mountain pose. And breathe, rest for a few breaths. Think about your breath. Breathing in, I am aware of my breath. Breathing out all tension. All right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come back into your chair pose. Inhale, from here, bring your hands to your heart center. And from here, step your right foot back into a high lunge with your hands together in front of you. Good. All right. See if you can twist to the left and hook your elbow onto the outside of the left leg. Again, this takes some balance, a lot of core strength. Okay. Now keep your twist. See if you can bring your right foot up next to your left foot into a twisted chair. Okay, good. And then come forward into your regular chair. And then come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana. Inhale up. Exhale, chair pose. Hands together, bring them into your heart. We're going to step our left foot back this time into your lunge. Take your time getting there. You might find this helps you balance, having your hands together. We're going to twist to the right, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right leg in this twisted lunge. Breathe for a couple of breaths. Okay, now is where you find your focal point so that you can step up with your left foot next to your right foot into a twisted chair. And then slowly bring your arms forward, back into chair, and all the way up. Inhale, exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra, and Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your palms together. Inhale, push up with your fingertips, and then exhale, crescent to the right. And this crescent, you're gonna not lean forward or backwards. This is a lateral crescent, as if you had a wall supporting you. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, up with your arms. Flip your left palm up, grab your wrist with your right hand, and then we're going to crescent to the right this time, but this time we're going to lean backward a little bit so that you're looking up underneath your arm. You have a slight back bend as you crescent. Release, inhale up, exhale, arms in the T, Anjali Mudra. And then inhale up again. Left hand faces down this time, right hand grabs the left wrist, and this time we're going to turn to the right and still crescent right, but we're going to do a slightly forward pull this way. So you're pulling your left shoulder and you're looking at a diagonal to your body. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, push up with the fingertips. Exhale, crescent left. This is completely lateral with a pretend wall behind you. Inhale back up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Right palm goes up. Left wrist grabs the right wrist. And we're going to crescent left with a slight back bend this time. Looking up underneath your arm. Inhale back up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Right palm down, left hand grabs the right wrist. And this time we're going to tilt slightly, go to the left, but turn our body to the left and come forward slightly. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana, mountain pose. Rest for a breath or two. Okay, we're going to do a swinging chair to a dipping drinking bird. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We're going to inhale up. We're going to come into chair. You're going to swing your arms down and up behind you as you come onto your tippy toes. So your fingers are pointing to the ceiling, and then you're going to bring your heels down, bring the arms back forward into your chair and all the way back up. Okay, and then we'll do that again. Inhale, exhale, come into your chair, swing your arms down and up behind you, come onto your tippy toes, drinking bird. Arms come down, heels come down, arms come forward, all the way up. And one more time, inhale, exhale, chair, swing the arms down and up behind onto your tippy toes, drinking bird. And then from here, keep your arms back, put your heels down, bring your hands down to the mat, step back into downward dog. And knees come down here and sit back to a well-deserved child pose. And please rest your head on something for a breath or two, or 3 or 4. Okay, please come up and come seated with your legs swinging over to the right. Okay, so your legs are to the right. And if you want to take your left top of your foot and hook it over your right ankle, go ahead and do that. Now, if you have a bolster or a blanket or even a block, what you're going to want to do is take this blanket or bolster and scoot it underneath the left sit bone. And you'll see how that elevates you enough so that you can get a straight spine this way. Now, this pose has been and can be done without a bolster underneath, but I find it extremely difficult to keep a nice straight spine by doing it that way. So your right sit bone is hanging in the air. Your left one is on a bolster block, whatever you have handy. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take our left hand, bring it behind you, thumbs down, bring it all the way behind you, and see if you can grab your right bicep. And maybe that's all you can do, and that's all that you need to. The right hand can rest on the on your thigh. Now, stay here, or slowly twist your body to the left, and maybe your right hand can creep over to the left thigh. This is big on the shoulder, so be careful, do what you can. Bharadvajasana, this is called. Okay, we'll slowly come forward and release. Shake all that out. Remove the bolster so you can switch your legs to the other side. You can hook the top of your bottom foot over the top ankle if you like. Scoop the bolster underneath your right sit bone. And then start with just a nice tall spine right here before you do anything. Nice tall spine. Okay. Now you're going to take your right hand behind you, thumb down, reach around, maybe grab your left bicep. And maybe this is quite enough right here. This is a big chest opener right here. And if you feel like it, turn your body to the right, creep your hand, left hand over to your right leg, maybe. Relax and breathe. And then come slowly back to center, unwind everything, shake everything out, and finally come onto your backs with your head facing toward me and grab a block for sacrum on the block. And you can stay in your supported bridge. So what you want to do, Robert, is come down first. Okay, you can do it that way too, but it's easier to, yeah. Good. Now legs can stay down or float up, whatever you want here for a few moments. This is relaxing. It's meant to be relaxing, so make sure you're comfortable, whatever you're doing. Very slowly bring your legs down if they're up. And lift your hips and remove the block. And then now we're going to prepare for Shavasana. Please focus on your breath. Relax the body and mind. Breathing in, I'm aware of my breath. Breathing out, I release tension. Breathing in, I breathe balance. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out agitation. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out selfishness. Breathe in joy. Breathe out sorrow. Breathe in intensity. Breathe out expectations. Breathing in, I am in the moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful Back to your breath. Deepen your breathing. As you make small movements to gently wake up your body. And now please bend your knees toward your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. Now, please, keeping a quiet mind, push up the seated facing me. And then please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste.